Captain Bob and Arlo, they're the ones you know. Wisconsin's Hot Rod Radio.
All right, no, that's not good. All right. Hey, welcome to Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio. I'm Captain Bob.
And I'm Arlo.
And here we are on the Fonz FM. Hey, out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, if you're listening to us anywhere there in the world. So we appreciate it. We are the voices to the Hot Rodders and all the other car people.
We sure try.
Yeah, definitely. And again,
that's where I come in.
We're practicing our social distancing.
We're trying. We're trying.
You're definitely away.
Yeah.
So, but we got to say thanks very much last week to Justin Ashley.
Yeah.
Again, NHRA National Championship that he's trying to go for coming up in 2020.
Yeah. Or was he ranked 6th right now?
6th, yeah.
Amazing kid. Yeah. I like you said, you're 30 now. He goes, no, I'm 25. Wow.
But again, 3 seconds, 3 something seconds to be down that track.
323 miles per hour. The G-force, he said, was 6 or something like
Unbelievable.
So, wow. And then I didn't know when you stop, I guess there's a force there too. But then he has that business where he's fixing up homes.
Yeah, very cool.
And again, go to our Adventures at Captain Bob and Arlo YouTube channel. We'll see some video of Justin walking through those rat nest things.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And you'll see him in the dragster as well.
So again,
pretty cool.
We want to thank our sponsors again for our radio show here. And again, if you're tuning into us, we want to say thanks very much again to Gruber Law, which I'm going to throw that out there.
That's all.
That's David. There you see that on our little video out there.
Yeah.
And we want to say thanks to...
What is that thing? Is that just a keychain?
It's a keychain.
Okay.
It's a little keychain that he was handing out. Yeah.
I wasn't
That's all.
I wasn't sure if it was a tape measure or not. I can just see it on the screen here a
little
bit.
keychain.
The blue thing.
So, and we want to say thanks again to Bob Bennett Coach Works.
Yep.
Again. Now, Gandrud High Performance Center. We want to say thanks to them. And Performance Roofing. All these businesses are still helping sponsor our show.
They are.
And are still working their businesses right now.
They are really trying hard to do that. So we really appreciate them sticking with us through this.
Yeah.
So otherwise, you wouldn't hear the radio show.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
and our video, Adventures of Captain Bob and Arlo, we want to thank...
I'm going to hold this up in front of our video.
There you go.
There you go. Hopefully you can see the whole thing there.
Battery Saver extends battery life, which we really like, and we want to thank them for sticking with us, for helping us promote the videos that we put out there.
We want to say thanks to Frank and Lee out there. They send us this all the time, and we're going to mention that. Check it out, because they always have different specials going on. I'll hold that up to our video, but I'm going to read this too. But they're always doing limited time specials on all kinds of battery chargers, battery things. You've got one of the small little battery chargers.
I have two. I was very impressed with it this winter. I put the batteries on. It does a great job.
It does.
I mean, it's so easy. Nothing to think. Even if you cross the wires, you can't.
Yeah.
It's idiot proof. That's why it's good for me.
So there you go. So later on today, we're going to be talking actually to two people.
Yeah.
We've got Joe Opperman. That's one of the head organizers of Iola Car Show Swap Meet coming up.
The one in the top 10 in the United States. That's coming up in July.
And we're going to find out what's going to happen.
What are they going to do?
We don't know.
Right.
Plus, we're going to be talking to Ken Dukow. He's the president of the Wisconsin Street Rod Association, because they've got their event coming up on May 9th. We're going to find out what's going to be happening with their event also, too.
Yeah, and it's becoming alarming because Back to the 50s in June is canceled.
Just been canceled.
Now, and here's the thing. They can't reschedule. There's just too much machinery, and what I'm talking about, just everybody to switch over to another date. They canceled, and you had said to me when we were talking over the phone, Iola,
we heard
EAA.
EAA. We heard the EAA is being canceled. Now here, if you're
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, if you're not from this area, the EAA is a huge air show, one of the biggest ones in the world.
Right.
And it's here in the Fond du Lac, Wisconsin area. But we had heard just the other day that that's being canceled because, like you just mentioned, it's international.
It's international.
Yeah.
Planes are coming in from all around the world, so I kind of get that.
Yeah.
That has to be canceled.
So,
but these car shows, like Kenny, we got to talk to him today, find out what's going to happen with that one. All these are tied to benefits and charities and stuff like that. So, it isn't just that we can't go to a car show. Right. I feel bad about that, but it's more of these charitable areas that are going to suffer. I mean, they're going to be hurting. They need money.
Again, check out our website, again, Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio, and you're going to find out what events have been canceled, which ones are still pending.
Yeah.
I did have one on there because we had heard at one point that Great Lakes Dragway for the month of May might be shutting down.
Right.
But they did tell me that they might be trying to get a waiver to maybe be open.
Right.
So check with them on their track times. We don't want to say that they're canceled or anything. We had them actually at one point cancel for one event.
Right.
They called up and said, no, that event still might be going on. There was also another event that was on there coming up. It's a bicycle swap meet. The organizer called. Yeah,
Right,
bicycles,
yeah.
pedal bicycles.
Car show Ron?
Car show Ron called up and he said the event is canceled.
Yeah.
So we put it on the website, canceled, so you might have seen it on there.
By the way, we only listen to the ones that are putting the show on. It isn't just
exactly
Joe Blow.
And then he called back about 3-4 days later and said, take the cancel off because he said our show is so small and we only have so many people that come to it. He said we can keep social distance.
Yeah.
He said, so we're going to have the event going on. So again, but watch our website.
But you're on top of it,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
changing.
yeah,
And if it doesn't say cancel, call the promoter.
Exactly.
Because you've been calling them, making
Yes,
sure they get
yes.
back to us. But if they don't, then you're gonna have to call them and
Yes.
find out what's going
Yeah.
on.
So
Yeah.
so we are finding
But
out.
our website is up to date.
Yes, it is.
You take care of that, and that's an important thing. So keep checking back. Go to WisconsinHotRodRadio.com. There's an events tab at the top.
Yep.
Go to that. You can view it in many different ways. But it'll say canceled.
Yeah.
Like Sunday.
Yeah. It's very true.
Well, you do. You cancel.
Cancel.
Yeah. It's like not just canceled. It's cancel.
I want to make sure you see it.
I got that. I look at that and I go, that's okay. Cancel.
So, every week we've been kind of talking about what kind of project are you doing, and
Yeah.
I've been bringing up models.
You have.
And
I think so. Go to our YouTube. You can see the models. He will describe it the best he can on the radio.
Here we go. There it
Yep.
is, a 1962 Corvette
That is unusual, isn't it?
AMT.
AMT.
It's an old model
Looking at
kit.
the monitor here.
Now, remember, as I've kind of mentioned, I like to build gasser cars.
You do.
So what I've done there was I took my 62 Corvette, and I'll hold that up to the camera.
It's not anything like what's on the box.
No,
Bob.
exactly. Yeah. Modifications there.
Yeah.
So again, I've wired the engine. I've painted the car blue with a copper top on
Copper
it,
top.
which can be removable.
Copper insert.
Copper insert can be removable also too if you want to take it off. I've got the straight front axle on it.
Yeah.
I've got the big tires on it, and I made it that gasser look. Again, that old 50s, 60s gasser
Yeah.
look that I enjoy very much.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'm a model builder, nowhere near like some of the model builders are out there. And again, I'll bring up
Pretty
L-
good. That's pretty good.
Well-
You've won contests.
Yeah, but I bring up like L Stout, which
Oh,
is a master
well,
model builder.
Master
Yeah,
model builder.
This guy does a great job. So, but
Him and Kathy.
I'm just kind of, yes, and his wife Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I build out there. So if you're checking our videos,
Yeah.
make sure you go to our videos again.
Yep.
The Adventures of Captain Bob and Iola on
Yeah.
YouTube, and you'll check it out. And that's kind of what I've done.
Right.
But we do have some people,
Yeah.
and actually one of our listeners out there, Rich, that has been sending us information.
He's been in touch with you ever since you started talking models, which is kind of fun. And if you'd like to do that, go to type in comments at WisconsinHotRodRadio.com. Send us an email.
Rich, we got to bring up that he kind of sent some pictures of his 67 Corvette Gasser,
Yeah.
which is a 1/12 scale, 14 inches long, and then a 57 Chevrolet Gasser, which is a 1/12
Yeah.
scale, 16 and a half inches long. Here's what I like. Both models were not meant to be gassers, but like you, they are my favorites.
Yeah.
Most of my models are gassers. I have a sign above my toy room, and that reads A/GS Gassers Forever. Thanks and stay safe, Rich.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. So we're going to try to hopefully get some pictures up onto the thing here right now.
I enjoy his emails when
Yeah.
they come in. He listens to the show and he sends us comments.
And the neat thing too
yeah.
is he's a hot rodder.
I didn't know that until this last go
Yeah.
around. I mean, I knew he was a hot rodder, but I didn't know to the extent that he is.
Because he's got a T Roadster out there, and
Yeah.
it's a 1922
Full scale,
full scale car. Yeah,
not a model.
yeah,
Just
one
wanna
that
make
you can drive. There you go. You're right. And as he says, the intake is a rare Edelbrock cross ram.
Yeah.
The carbs are directly across from each other and not staggered, not like the front and rear. Very groovy, man.
It is very.
And as
very-
he says, if you look at the passenger side,
Yeah.
he's got his friend that's always with him, and that's Ratfink. He's always
Yes,
driving
I
around with
saw
Ratfink.
that.
Yeah.
Well, what was interesting though is he's got a drag plate on there.
Yeah, he does.
I think it said Madison Cam Jammers
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Rich, which I know you are, send us an email. What is that car club? I mean,
Yeah.
is it an old car club or is it a current car club? Because I don't remember.
Are you still a member of it?
Yeah, because I know there's there's a few groups out there, but I'd like to know what's going on with that. That sounds cool.
So, but we want to put it out again.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got a project you're working on, let us know.
Yes.
Just like Rich is doing.
Yeah.
Rich is sending us pictures of the models that he's built.
Yeah.
Or he sent us a picture of his T Roadster.
Yeah, what the heck?
Which is kind of cool. We want to see what you're working on,
Yep.
what you're doing right now, and which I think is kind of cool out there, because we're all kind of in that mode of quarantine, not knowing if we can go any places. So, you know, keep yourself busy and occupied. That's for sure.
Yeah, and if you're not sure, the email again is comments@WisconsinHotRadio. But if you do forget, go to WisconsinHotRodradio.com. We have access to our videos on there. We have access to our podcast. We have access to a contact information. So if you want to send us stuff, it's on there as well. It's all that. And Richie's photos.
Yes.
Now, did you get a present the other day?
Yes, I did. Yes. Sent it over to us. Yeah.
I'm laughing because I've always said that Richie, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, his photograph collection is going to be amazing. It's going to be well sought after. 2009 to present. Yeah. And he shoots an average of 60 to 70,000 per summer, per year.
Yeah.
I should say, not just summer, because he goes out California, he goes everywhere. And hanging on my doorknob, because of the social distancing, was a little bag, and in that bag was a thumb drive. And he I'll start over with Richie. 876.
Come on, Lynn, just pick it up.
2.
Okay, she must have got. Okay, go start off with Richie.
I don't know how I did that. Make it open. And by the way, speaking of stuff like that, and did you get a little present the other day
I did,
from our good friend Richie?
Yeah.
Richie's photographs is also on our website, WisconsinHotRadio.com. I always thought of them as an historian, because 20, 30 years out, they're going to see.
Come on.
Should just take it off the hook. Okay, ready? And also on our website we have Richie's photos. Now Richie's photos, we've been on our website a long time. But did you get a present the other day?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
wow.
So that present was a little thumb drive from, I think, 2009. All photographs he's taken from 2009 to present, and that is. See, I can't cut the odd video, just so you know. It's same number keeps coming up, JM.
See what it is?
I can't cut the video.
I know. See what it is there's some stupid company keeps, they keep calling.
Well, we can take this silence it. We can take it off the hook, and it won't be ringing.
Take it off of here. KJ.
Well, she's on it right now. Okay, let's try it again.
Okay.
Because
I know. I know.
Also on our website is Richie's Photos, and everyone should check on that because he's been doing this for a long time. Did you get a little present the other day?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Mine was hanging on the doorknob, and social distancing.
Wow.
Chrissy sent me a text, said, hey, there's something hanging on your doorknob. And I looked at it. It's a little thumb drive from photos that he's taken from 2009 to present. Now, saying that, many of you are like unaware of this. Okay, that's great. He averages anywhere from 40 to 70,000 photographs.
Unbelievable.
In 1 year.
Yeah.
So imagine the historical value that he has with all this stuff. I mean, it's just amazing.
But
and he isn't just around here. He's all over the country.
Imagine the withdrawal he's having this year.
Oh,
he's got to be.
Well, he was conditioned last year when he broke his ankle.
That's true. He's saving a lot on film.
Yeah, no kidding. No,
not being in the dark room. Yeah.
The thing he gave us is so well organized. He's got them all labeled and everything. It's just amazing. You know what? I'd put $20 on that and sell the thumb drive. I mean, there's so much information there. It's so well organized. But thank you, Richie, for that, and Chrissy for the major support. She takes photos as well. But what a historical.
So before we cut out for a quick commercial break, and we get Joe Opperman on. You know, again, we talked about drag racing earlier. Yeah. We want to mention out there too that we had just lost somebody, and a lot of people knew her as a female racer, Barbara Hamilton. She was the pioneer NHRA female racer, Barbara Hamilton, the first woman licensed by NHRA to drive a supercharged vehicle, which she had a 41 Willys, beautiful car. She died April 23rd of 2020. So again, we've now lost another great person. So we're going to cut off for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to be back with Joe Opperman. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio. This is Arlo.
And this is Captain Bob, and here we are again on the
Fonz
Fonz
FM,
FM, a radio show out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
We
Let me
are.
tell you, yeah. So we've got a very important gentleman on the phone right now with us this morning, and a lot of people have been asking the question, what's going to happen with this event? But this is always a very popular event.
Oh, yeah.
And we actually have Joe Opperman on right now, one of the head organizers, and this will be of the 48th Annual Iola Car Show and Swap Meet. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure to talk with you guys.
Hey, no,
Hi, Joe.
it's
Good morning.
good to have you on the show, that's for sure. So, we got the 48th Annual, which is a humongous event. It's a very successful event. Now, for people that have never been to Iola, which I can't imagine no one's ever been there, but why don't you explain a little bit what the event's all about and how the outlay of this whole event is? I mean, the acreage and everything that this covers, it's unbelievably cool event.
Yeah, it's if you haven't been, and even if you have, until you see some aerial shots and some aerial video, it's just impossible to wrap your mind around the scope of it. Iola is a small town of 1,300, and we own the car show organization owns a little better than 300 acres.
Okay.
And the show really takes up a very good chunk of that between show car and parking and camping and swap meet and you name it. So the show itself brings in better than 4,000 swap spaces, a couple thousand show cars, a car corral with 1,000 spaces, campgrounds with 1,600 spaces. So all of that in a town of 1,300 people is a very special, unique event.
It's an amazing show, and, you've always had the help of an entire staff of people that have helped you there. Larry, for being one, which I'm sorry can't be on the air with us this morning. But everything's put together with volunteers. I mean, that's what kind of is amazing for us, that when you come up there and you see all the people that are working the Iola Car Show, the townspeople, it's all volunteers. They're all helping to help this event go on, correct?
Yeah, that's one of the very unique and charming pieces about our show. We've got a full-time year-round staff of less than 10 people, and that includes a couple of grounds people to maintain that acreage in those buildings and a small staff of office people. But the show itself relies on better than 2,000 volunteers giving time towards their organizations, and that really is the secret sauce of Iola. I would say is that you get last year I think it was 22 or 2,300 different volunteers putting in better than 25,000 hours throughout the course of the year, and most especially during the event to pull this off. That is magic. There's no two ways about it. And if you were paying attention, there's 1,300 people in town, and we've got more than 1,000 more than that volunteering. So this is not just about the community of Iola. This is all of central Wisconsin, and in some cases, some volunteers that come from out of state to be a part of this.
That's amazing. And, and the thing is, everybody's so friendly and so welcoming. I've never met yet any volunteer, anybody there that said, I can't wait to go home.
No,
they're great. But you also, this event is also, you're there helping raise funds for all different kinds of fundraisers too, correct?
Yeah, this is something that developed over time with the show, but this is kind of like the Walmart brat fry on steroids. Most of these organizations, this is their only or certainly primary funding for the year. Probably the best funded small Lions club in the state of Wisconsin is the Iola Lions, and they bring in money at this event and have for decades, and they're a major part of pulling it off. So these volunteers are really paid volunteers. They're just, the payment goes to their organization,
right.
So they're giving their time for their church group or their car club or their Lions club or you name it, and that so most of those groups then also pay this money forward in various good works and scholarships and development projects. So there's an awful lot that this reaches.
How many organizations are involved in this?
It's about 130 different organizations.
That number to me is
each year.
Number to me is amazing.
Yeah,
your show is supporting 130 organizations out there. That it's just amazing that many. So it has a huge impact.
And again, that's not just here in Iola. That's
right.
I want to say there's about 5 counties, right nearby that these organizations operate in, and certainly some further away than that.
Okay, right.
It's really amazing. You know, what we like about the show is it's not just a car show swap meet, even though you have, I mean, you can spend an entire day just walking through the swap section, but you have different manufacturers that are there. I mean, you've made this like a totally family-friendly event to come to. You know, you see all kinds of things that are there, plus great food, plus just a lot of different celebrities.
I'm going to throw this out there. I don't
Yeah.
know if this is accurate or not, but it's a community mini SEMA show.
There you go. Right.
When I look at it,
we've really done a lot the last few years to evolve the show a little bit. Certainly, the swap meet is among the best anywhere on the planet Earth. You know, the show car area is very large. It's really something to take in, but we're a lot more than that, and you really touched on it. Family friendly. You know, we're in this industry. You know, you're one generation away from extinction. You know, whether you're making carbs or in paints or whatever. You know, you need to make sure that the next generation is excited about, you know, this industry, and you know, so we've got something here for everybody, and that's very important.
Now, you also have a selective group of celebrities that possibly might show up this year, correct?
Yeah. So the theme is that 70s show, or the 70s show, and so, you know, with that in mind, we have Barry Williams, who played Greg Brady on the Brady Bunch. He's real active. We're real excited about having him come. And we got a handful of returning guests, as well as some other new guests coming this year as well. Of course, we've got some guys from a pretty popular radio show down in the Milwaukee area.
Yeah.
Joe Coddington has become a staple at the event. Gene Winfield and Linda Vaughn are planning on returning. One of the new guys that we're real excited about having here is Ian from Full Custom Garage.
Yes.
What a nice guy. We're real excited to
He
see
really
what he
is.
thinks of this place. So of course, Greg and Leah from Greg's Speed Shop. And what we've seen is no matter how we've tried to limit the amount of special guests coming each year, it's become so much fun for them that they always want to come back. A couple of returning guest and a new guest, Don Garlitz, is coming this year, as well as Bruce Larson, who drove USA 1. So, you know, we try to limit that, but so many of these guys, you know, talk to each other, and they hear what the event is about, and you know, a lot of cases they're reaching out to us hoping to come, which is very cool.
Bob and I have run across that with a lot of the celebrities that we run into. They ask us if we know of anybody up at Iola they want to come. So that's a great reputation you have. Your show is ranked in the top 10 in the United States, so they hear about it all over the place. So it's cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Scooby-Doo's coming, right?
Well,
That's 70s. Because there's a mystery. There's a mystery.
No
well, there's a mystery guest.
Yeah. Question
And
mark.
the only thing I can think of from the 70s was the Mystery Machine. See, I'm being kind of a detective here. So that'd be Scooby or Shag. No?
It's good to be a detective, but
I'm wrong?
There's just some cats that aren't coming out of the bag too early.
Oh, okay. See, I was trying to figure it out.
Don't worry, you'll get the exclusive once it's available.
Okay.
But,
All right.
early.
Thanks, my friend. Appreciate it. So,
Now, you know, the show actually goes on, and it starts on July 9th and goes all the way through the 11th. Usually at the end of the show on the 11th, you know, you did it last year. We enjoyed being part of it. You did a cruise out, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Is that still planned for this year?
Yeah, that's planned. That's something that we think will grow. It's really, you know, you could kind of see the groundwork being laid last year. We probably had 150 or so cars go through the cruise out, and it's just an opportunity to create a parade. You know, for years and years, we get a lot of good suggestions from people throughout the year of, you know, things we should do, add, do differently, and a parade is always a part of that. But you know what the logistics are like in the small community of Iola with all of those people coming and going for the event. It's just not possible to shut down a parade route, as cool as that would be.
Yeah.
So this is really the idea, is that, you know, let's reward everybody for hanging out with us all week or all weekend, and give them something to see and be a part of on the way out. So the cruise out just allows all the show cars the opportunity to get involved in that, and we're certainly not kicking anybody out at that time, but it's getting closer to that dinner time, so it's a nice time that if you're ready to go home, you certainly can. if you're not, be a part of this and just repark your vehicle, and hang out with us and have some more fun.
No, very successful. Well, we're just about almost out of time here this morning, Joe, with you. But we want you to mention again, where is the event going to be located and the dates and the times?
Yep. So we're July 9th through 11th. The doors or the gates open at 6 a.m. We're right here in Iola, Wisconsin. Once you get close to Iola, you will not miss the signage.
Right.
We'll get you right where you need to be. Free parking, family-friendly event. Very low prices and really a part of something special. Helping the money you spend here helps you keep all of these organizations afloat and doing their good things.
Right. Now we have to ask the question.
Yep.
A lot of shows are canceling this spring
Or being postponed.
Yep.
What are your viewpoints on that, Joe, at this point? It's a tough question to answer. I know you're in a predicament.
Yeah, no, that's certainly, that's one of the things keeping me up at night this time of year,
bet.
this year especially. We're nervous about it. We've been at different times very, very confident that things would be kind of worked through by then. This is something that we're paying close attention to, and me personally, I'm getting very uneasy about it. But the biggest thing for us is we need to keep on planning as though everything is business as usual in order to have this event, assuming we're able to.
Mm-hmm.
We're becoming more and more aware that there's a risk that we will have to change that course, and we just don't want to make that call too early.
Too early.
There's a fine balance between giving people enough time, but also acting on the best available information. And time is our friend as far as getting better information. So we're hoping to make that call in the next several weeks if we have to change course, but we really don't need to logistically make that call until late May, early June. So, we're going to be working on the best information we have at the time.
Very good.
Thank you for that, being honest about that. That's a lot of people are asking us.
Absolutely, people have hotels and camping and inventories and planning, and this all weighs into it. Another question we get a lot of is, what about a postponement or a rescheduling? And I can say that's just simply not possible for our event. It's just the way it's made up. But we've got, again, we referenced those 2,000 plus volunteers. Those are people that put this on the calendar and show up for us every year, and a lot of them put their summer plans on hold or work around us. No different than the vendors. This is just unfortunately not a nimble enough event to be able to push it back a month or two. So it'll be go or no go, and if we have to pull off, you can be assured that we'll have something in mind here.
Right.
So, there'll be more information.
Well, we're looking forward to being there. That's for sure. We always have a good time, and we know we'll be safe because we're going to do our whole show from way up on top of the tower.
That'll be great.
There you go.
Drop you in from a helicopter because you don't want to make that climb. I can promise you that.
Well, we tried. We tried.
Yeah, you're not the only ones who have tried.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Thanks, Joe.
Well, Joe, say hi, tell your entire staff, and say hi to Larry for us.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Again, we always enjoy being there, and we're looking forward to it, and we're hoping 9th and the 11th is going to be a go, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time you guys are here, you're gonna be pretty impressed with what Larry's been up to. He's out doing a little work right now. That's why he's not available. But he's got something up his sleeve that you're not gonna miss.
All right.
I love that guy. He's great.
Very good. All righty. Well, again, Joe, thanks for being on the show. We appreciate it. And
thank you. We always appreciate visiting with you guys.
All right, we're going to cut out for a quick station break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the Wisconsin Street Rod show that's going to be coming up here on May 9th. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio. This is Captain Bob.
And this is Arlo.
And here we are again on the
Fonz FM.
FM. Boo, out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So we've got a good friend of ours right now. He is actually the president of the Wisconsin Street Rod Association. We got Kenny Dukow on the show. And he's going to be talking about the 3rd annual car show, which was formerly, everybody knew it as the Boondocker Show.
Yeah.
And last year we had a totally different name. Now it's just the Wisconsin Street Rod Association.
Well, last year was Never Let a Good Car Show Die. Yeah.
So good morning, Kenny. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We are doing all right.
I guess okay with everything else going on, right?
So,
Yep.
This show is it's at the Concord House in Concord, Wisconsin, which is kind of a really cool building.
It is.
I love that place. I mean, because it's an old bar. I mean, it just got a really cool atmosphere. But explain a little bit about what the show is all about and, what happens there, too.
It's the old Boondockers show. As like many car clubs members are getting older. It was a really great car show, and we hated to see it go away.
Yeah.
So our car show in Fond du Lac, like you said, club members are getting older. We just couldn't do a big show. So what we ended up doing is taking over the Boondocker show, because it was a really awesome car show. It was in the beginning of the year, get everybody hyped up for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody that always went there enjoyed it, so we decided to take it over, and with some help from Brian Durkee, we kept it going.
Well, you know,
and we hope to keep it going, but it's not going to happen this year.
Okay, that's what we were going to ask you. That's what we have you on the air.
Now, earlier you kind of mentioned that you guys used to do a car show in the Fond du Lac area, and that show was the Corn Roast Car Show, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Right, which was a very successful show. I mean, that was a 2-day event. And a lot of the Wisconsin Street Route Association members were always part of that. We used to go to. We used to always enjoy that show.
Oh, yeah.
So when you moved it over here to Concord, you had a big open area there where you could park a lot of the cars. I mean, it's a huge area, correct?
Correct. And Jack from Jack's Auto Ranch owns that bar, or owned it.
Yeah.
And it's his daughter is running it.
Yeah.
So now that he has passed away, I'm hoping that the bar will stay there so we can come back next year.
Okay.
But everything's up in the air right now, and with this coronavirus,
Yeah.
you don't know from one day to the next what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, that had to have been a hard decision for you guys to make. Obviously, you did it, obviously, for the safety of not only your club members, but for anybody that would come to the show, right?
Right. And, with the governor shutting down all taverns and stuff, we really don't have a place to do it.
Right. Okay.
And, keeping no more than 10 people in a group. We had some ideas, you've been at car shows, you don't park right on top of one another. So parking cars and keeping people spread apart, I don't think would have been a problem.
No.
It's just with the bar being closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. Well, Kenny, we hate to see that happen. And again, we feel bad for all you organizers that have put together these shows and have had to cancel. You're not looking at postponing it. You're just looking at moving it into 2021, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I've got our drag racing tour for July 11th.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that is still going to stay, but it'll depend on NHRA.
Okay.
If they're going to change their schedule. So usually I take 2 buses down there full of people.
Right,
And,
right.
So all of that's up in the air, and we're just waiting to get started here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. As we kind of talk a little bit about that, and before we let you go this morning, you're also a little bit involved with, because I know we had a gentleman on last week, Justin Ashley, from the National Drag Racing Association, but you're involved kind of also too with the junior drags, right?
Yes. Matter of fact, we won the championship last year.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now you've got a girl that's kind of maybe coming up in the ranks right now that might be becoming a new junior dragger, right?
Yep, she's all excited to go, and we can't go anywhere.
Oh. Well, let's hope that that's going to happen too for this summer. I know we've talked to our good friend Randy Henning at Great Lakes Dragway, and he's hopefully going to have the track. He's kind of mentioned that May they're kind of pushing to see what they can do in May, but they're kind of hopefully that June might be a good month for them also too.
Yeah, we can only keep our fingers crossed.
Very good. Well, Kenny, we appreciate you being on the show this morning, and again, a hard decision for you to make. We'll make sure all the listeners now know about it. Plus, we'll put it onto our website too. And again, thanks for being on the show, and thanks for being president of the Wisconsin Street Route Association.
That's a big job.
Yeah. All right, thank you guys, and everybody be safe out there.
All righty. All right, we're going to cut out for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got a lot of swap to talk about. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio. This is Arlo.
And this is Captain Bob, and here we are again on the
Fonz
Fonz FM.
FM.
So once again, Milwaukee out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our radio show.
Yep.
So hopefully you tune into us every once in a while.
Yeah.
'Cause we got some pretty good music that they play.
We do. That's right.
sure.
Yep. And Kenny, it's sad. I mean, the Wisconsin
It is.
Street Rod Association has been a mainstay.
They have
That
been.
corn roast was like the place to go every year, and through changes. So they do it. By the way, that group has been doing cruises. They get in cars and they kind of cruise past hospitals and stuff. So they're still very active out there. But unfortunately, the show's been canceled.
Yeah.
So
we actually went on their cruise last year, which before this all happened.
we did.
But we did go on that one cruise that started early in the morning.
Yeah.
And went till late in the evening. It was a cool cruise.
It really was.
I mean, a lot of cool cars, a lot of cool people.
I'm chuckling because at one point we got separated.
Yeah.
You and I.
Yeah.
And we all ended up at the same spot.
Flight, yeah.
To a tavern that was closed.
Yeah.
What I like about those guys, everything is free flowing. I mean, they just get along. It's about driving the cars. It's not about being on time. And
Right.
It's not any of that kind of stuff. It's just super relaxed. But about 4 o'clock, we were about
4
halfway
or 5
through.
o'clock, they still had more stops to go to. You
Yeah.
and I said, we got to get back
We gotta get back
because we
home.
were way out there at that point.
Well, part of that wasn't their fault either. The one restaurant where we were going to eat lunch, they didn't. And they just the food was like an hour and a half
Because
later.
they had a very successful car cruise with a lot of cars.
They did.
And a lot
They
of
did,
people.
yeah.
And I don't think the restaurant expected
Yeah.
that many people to show up.
I tell the story that I'm out in the parking lot having my cigar after I had my meal, right? And I'm sitting out there, and guys are coming out of the restaurant, jumping in their hot rods, and they're going down the street. I'm like, okay, I guess they're going to go to the next destination or whatever. They were so mad they didn't get served.
Yeah.
They're going down to the next place and get something to eat. And I think, why is everyone burning rubber out of this thing? You know, but they're a great bunch.
It was.
They really
definitely.
are. Yeah.
So, we want to say again, thanks to all the people that have been sending their information about swap stuff that's coming up. And I'm going to read off a couple of them right now. Again, check out our website, WisconsinHotRodRadio.com.
Right.
Because we have all the stuff listed on there, even with pictures on it, too. Right now we have Frank is actually selling a beautiful car, 62 Pontiac Bonneville. It's a two-door hardtop. It's got a 389 engine with a 4-barrel carburetor. The car is actually aquamarine with a white interior. The car is in very good condition. It has originally 116,000 miles on it. The automatic transmission runs well. It's been stored for the last 6 months. I should say it's been stored every year for 6 months, so he doesn't drive it during the winter time. Got Krager wheels on the car, and Frank is asking $13,500 for the car. It's out of Bayview, Wisconsin. Check it out. His phone number, if you're interested in it, is 414-306-1227. But check it out because the pictures are on there.
Yeah.
Now, Tim had sent us something. Now, this one, if you bring up the picture, you got to kind of maybe expand it a little bit. But Tim is actually selling a collection of 2 large boxes of racing cars. Now, these are cards. You know, like the old baseball cards.
Yeah.
And
They had them?
He's got them. Yeah, he's got a whole collection here. And he said that the boxes valued at one time anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500. He's looking to get $500 for the entire collection, but I can't read this off the air because there's so many in there.
Yeah.
But anything from Skybox to Trax Racing to Max Team Racing to Pro Sets to Action Packed, Finish Line. I mean, there's a complete. And I'll hold that up to our video right now. Get a little closer there. But a complete list of all kinds of cards. I mean, and they start actually from 1989 to 1999.
Okay.
So if you are interested in that, you can actually contact Tim. And I don't know if he's going to break up the set or he wants to sell the whole thing. But again, he's looking for about $500 for it.
Yeah, it'd be a shame to break it up.
Ed sent us some information. Ed's got some 22-inch rims and tires. He's got a Bravado Performance rims and tires like new condition. The 22-inch Americana 2 rims with tires. The tires fronts are 265 by 35 by 22, and the rears are 295 by 30 by 22, and has a 45 offset. They are 5 by 120.65 by 5 times 4.75 bolts pattern size. He's asking $900 for them. He said delivery may be possible. He's open to any offers on these. He's actually out of Wausau, Wisconsin. He's asking $900. They really do look really nice. Check it out. You can give Ed a call at 715-498-3465. Now we have Patricia. Now we've got a trailer on there that a good friend of ours, Doug Wolf, was selling. A big trailer that we always say this would be kind of cool because if you're going to races, big camper trailer. If you're going to races or you're going to drag racing or you're going to NASCAR races and you want to camp out in this, you could do that. Well, you might need something to tow it.
Right.
So Patricia sent us some information here. They've got a black 2012 Silverado LT 4x4. Got 61,000 miles on it. This is a crew cab. It's got power driver seat, backup cameras, backup sensors, 6-foot box, double-coated Linux in the box. It's got a locking tonneau cover. That's a rollback cover on it. It's got a towing package, new tires, 2-year-old battery. The seats seats up to 6 passengers, AM/FM radio with a CD player. And Patricia's asking $17,500 for it, and I'm sure she'll be looking at offers on it also too. But you can give Patricia a call at 414-541-9665. And again, there are pictures of the truck on there too.
There you go.
So if you're looking for a vehicle to tow that great camper, or if you're just looking for a cool hot rod, or if you're looking for parts for your car, check out our website because we got a lot of stuff on there too.
Yeah, it's becoming very popular. Go to WisconsinRadio.com. Now, here's the thing. We don't have a tab on the upper right, not yet. Eventually we'll get one up there because it's become so popular.
Yeah.
Scroll down, just scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a little box with a Merc on it that says swap. Just click on that. It takes you right to everything.
Takes right to it.
Yeah, and if you're looking for something as well, you can put it on there. We've had some on there that say, I'm looking for this. So, but it's really becoming very popular. It's free. By the way, it's free.
Yes.
You know, we like to keep it automotive related and not new cars. We don't want new cars. Well, that one, but, you know, but that's it.
That's a cool truck. Yeah.
It's a cool truck.
It's a cool truck.
Yeah.
It's
our discretion.
Yeah.
It's up to us.
I kind of know Patricia too, so she's a really nice lady. So that's why we kind of help her out.
Trying to help
her
out, right?
Yeah. So she's.
But we don't want a lot of new cars, stuff like that.
No, that's true. Well, right
Unless
now,
it's a hot rod.
we got to say that your son-in-law works for a dealership.
Yeah.
If you are looking for new cars, now is probably time to buy a new car.
Yeah, the deals are out there. 84 months though. I don't know. Putting off the payments and stuff like that.
Yeah, no fun.
But they're hurting. I mean, they're hurting as well. Sure. Yeah, he's a service manager, so he's doing what he's got to do.
Cool.
So
again, we want to thank our sponsors again: Gruber Law.
Yep.
Bob Bennett Coachworks, Gandrud High Performance Center out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, and also 2 Performance Roofing Services.
There you go.
So again,
and the video is
the video from Battery Saver.
Battery Saver.
Hold that up again.
Yeah.
One more time up to the video there.
Again, if you want to see it, go to WisconsinRadio.com. You can link to our YouTube channel, or just go to YouTube and type in Adventures of Captain Bob and Arlo.
Yeah. And again, if you're working on a project, we want to know what you're working on.
Yeah.
Please send us that information. Yeah. We'd like to see it, and we'll hopefully get some pictures up on it also too.
Yeah. If you get pictures, send them. That's always good. Right.
So, now next week, tune in because we're going to have on a good special guest of ours, actually 2 special guests. Again, we're going to have on our good friend Bob Bennett Coachworks. He'll be talking about his shop and what's going on there.
Yeah.
But a good friend of ours, Stacy David.
Right.
From the TV show Gears.
Stacy David has been reaching out. We've been reaching out to him. The Southeastern Wisconsin Car Club got together, pulled out their wallets, and sent money down to that horrible tornado that went through his neighborhood. He wants to talk to us about that and his new shows and different things that he's up to as well.
There you go.
Yep.
So, as we always say here on Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio,
be there
or be safe. We're out of here.
Captain Bob and Arlo, they're the ones you know. Wisconsin's Hot Rod Radio.